there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing my middle grade March pile of possibilities because I have a whole stack of books here and I want to talk to you about them, and I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to actually read. Now I might be able to read all of these because middle grade books don't take me quite as long to read. Some of them, are pretty quick. They're not as long and they don't require as much of a focus from me. But I'm also going to participate in March Mystery Madness as well as March of the Madness, and that will take me a while because that's an 800-page book or pages or longer book, so that will require more out of me. And then, I have a couple of mysteries that I want to read for March Mystery Madness as well. But these are the books that I have already on my shelves that have been waiting for me to read. And they are all middle grade books. And I have lots of these that fit the prompts. And so I wanted to talk about that today. Now, if you're not familiar with Middle Grade March, it is a month-long celebration during the month of March of middle grade books. So if you read a middle grade book, you've participated. And this year they also have a group read that I picked up. Now, this was not already on my shelf, but I did pick that up. And it's called Pony. So this is the only book I've actually purchased for Middle Grade March. But I did want to participate in the group read. So we have a group read and then we have 5 prompts. And I will leave the announcement videos below so that you can check out the host as well as their announcement videos. And something else that's really fun this year is they have some Middle Grade March merchandise. So if you want to pick any of those things up to celebrate Middle Grade March, you can do that too. And again, I'll leave a link to those things below. And thank you to the ones that are hosting this event. So these are the prompts. 5 or more words in the title. Orphan main character. A contemporary book. That one actually was my hardest because I read a lot of historical fiction, so that was harder for me to find. Number 4 is it's set in Asia or it features an Asian main character. And then the 5th reading prompt is a book older than you. And I actually was able to, that one was easy for me. So those are the ones that I had that in mind as I was looking through on my bookshelf to see what to choose. And the first one, I just found this book, I don't know when, maybe last month I picked this up. It's been several weeks, and I think it was free. I don't think I paid anything for this. If I did, I didn't pay much. But it's called The Curse of the Blue Figurine by John Bellairs. I guess is how you say it. He actually wrote The House with a Clock in Its Walls. And I have not read that, but I've seen the Jack Black little movie of that. And I love Jack Black, so if Jack Black's in it, I usually watch it because I think he's a great actor and I enjoy watching him. So I did like that little movie. I liked him in the Goosebumps too. And this is kind of like that, I think, that kind of vibe, because it says on the back, Johnny Dixon enjoys listening to his favorite scary radio program, The House of Mystery. He likes reading about ancient Egypt and the terrible curses of the pharaoh's tombs. But he never actually believes in evil spirits until the day he was snooping around the town church basement and found an old blue figurine with a message scrawled inside. I don't have my glasses. Whoever removes these things from the church does so at his own peril. By accident, Johnny takes the figurine home. At once he is plunged into a terrifying adventure. And the cover drew me in because I love these old vintage books. When I was a kid, this would have been the book I would buy at the book fair when they had the little book fair. These are the kind of books I loved as a kid. It just, kind of creepy, a little mystery to it. And so I just thought that would be a fun one to try. And it is for the prompt 5 or more words because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 6 words in the title. So it would fulfill 5 or more words in the title for the reading prompt. So that's one that I really want to get to this one. I just thought that sounds super cute. And when I saw it, I had to pick it up. Another one that fulfills that prompt is At the Back of the North Wind by George MacDonald. And this one I think was written in the 1800s. So not only is it 5 or more words in the title, but it also is a book older than me. So I could use that for either one of those. But this is a fantasy, and I love George MacDonald. And I haven't read this one, and so I hope to get to this one too. And then another book that is older than me is The 21 Balloons. This is a Newbery winner, and so that's why I have it in this stack. I'm trying to read all the Newberys, so this would be fulfilled a Newbery as well, and it's a book written that is older than me, so I could use that one. This one won the Newbery, I think, last year, and it's called When You Trap a Tiger. Now, and so it has 5 words in the title, so it could serve that. But it also says at the very beginning, I was reading the front flap about it, and it's based on a Korean folk tale. So I thought it could work for set in Asia or featuring an Asian main character. So I don't know where it's set, but I could use it for Asia if I wanted to, since it's a Korean folktale or based on a Korean folktale. And it's a Newbery, and of course I want to read it for that. So if it's a Newbery, it's probably a great one. And boy, I love this cover. That cover is so pretty. So, and even if it doesn't fulfill that, it has 5 words in the title. And then I have another one that's a Newbery, and it is A Single Shard by Linda Sue Park. And this one is about an orphan, because it says on the back, especially not if you're an orphan like Tree Ear. So I thought, well, it works for that. And I noticed at the beginning it says, a small village on the west coast of Korea, mid to late 12th century. So this one is set in Korea, and it has an orphan as the main character. And I have it because it's a Newbery, and of course I want to read all the Newberys, so A Single Shard would work for 2 of the prompts. So I have that one. And again, if you've read any of these, let me know in the comments, because if it's one that is a favorite, I want to know that, because I might push it up in my TBR pile. And then this one is The Voyages of Dr. Doolittle by Hugh Lofting. This is older than me. It was published in, let's see, 1922. So this is a book older than me, and it also has 5 or more words in the title. So I definitely want to read this one, and I think this is a Newbery as well. So that would be one to fulfill my goal to read all the Newbery books. Then I have The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. Now, I wanted to read this during Historathon last year and just didn't get to it. I love the first one in this series. I think it's called The War That Saved My Life. I think that's the name of it. It was a great book, and I really enjoyed it, so I definitely want to get to this one. I just haven't. But it would fulfill the 5 or more words in the title, and it's one that I've had since I read the other one. I picked this one up because I really did enjoy it, and I heard that this one was just as good as the first one. So if you haven't read The War That Saved My Life, pick that one up because it's really good, and it would fulfill the 5 or more words in the title. And then finally, I have 2 books. Oh, wait, no, I have another book. This is one I just picked up, and it's older than me, so it would work for that. Let's see when this was published. This was published in October of 1936, and it's called Rollerskates by Ruth Sawyer. And I have never seen this book before. I have never even heard of this book, but I was trying to find the Newbery books, and there's a Newbery on the front of this. So that's the only reason why I picked this one up. But you know, again, I've never heard of it, and it being a Newbery, I thought it was kind of odd that I'd never heard of this one. But in the front flap, it sounds like a lot of fun. And of course, this would be a book older than me. Did I say that? I'm not sure. It says, a year on roller skates. A year when one was free to stop and chat with Patrolman McGonagall and make friends with Mr. Gilligan, the cabbie, and even play with Tony, whose father kept a fruit stand down the street. This was Lucinda's year in New York City, when her family went to Europe and left her, not thank heaven, with Aunt Emily and her 4 daughters, but with Miss Peters, who understood that a girl of 10 wanted to roller skate to school and who wasn't always worrying about a little lady's social dignity. So I'm sure she's going to get into some scrapes on her roller skates as she skates to school, and that just sounded like a lot of fun. And again, it's a Newbery, and it fulfills the prompt. It's a book older than me, so that helps me out fulfilling a couple of goals that I have, and I want to get that one read too. And then finally, the only thing left was contemporary. I think all of those are like historical fiction or something. And so I don't have many contemporary books on my shelf. I'm not one that reads a lot of contemporary books anyway, no matter what the genre. But middle grade, I really didn't have any. But I did have the Vanderbeekers. And so I think these are set now. I don't think that they're from the past. And I read the first one of the Vanderbeekers in December. I just happened upon it at my local library. I checked it out as an ebook from a local library, and I loved it. It was so good. And so I saw these two at a secondhand bookstore and thought, I'm picking those up because I want to read all of them in this series. So I thought for middle grade March, that would definitely be a way that I could get these read and participate in middle grade March. So we have the Vanderbeekers to the rescue, and we have the Vanderbeekers and the Hidden Garden. So that's 5 or more words in the title, and contemporary. So that will fulfill that prompt. So I am covered. I definitely have at least one book to fulfill each one of these prompts for the readathon, and I also have the group read. And so I have a lot of great possibilities for middle grade March. Are you participating? Let me know if you've read any of these also, and if you've enjoyed them. I'd love to know about that in the comments, so leave that. And if you're participating in middle grade March, I'd love to know that too. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.